y'all. This is Coach Dez here. We got to talk about the big dance. We got the Chiefs versus the Bucks. So now this is the first in history for a lot of things. And I know what y'all saying. But I don't think it's going to come out the way y'all think it is. These two teams are so heavily matched. So let's talk about points. Chiefs is averaging 28.6 points per game. But in the postseason, they're averaging 30 points per game. The Bucks are averaging 30.7 points per game. And unfortunately, even in the postseason, they're averaging 30.7 points per game. But on defense, the Chiefs averages 22.3 points per game. But in the postseason, 20.5 points per game. The Bucks, on the other hand, is 22.1 points per game. In the postseason, 23 points per game. So as you can see, these two teams are heavily matched. So the thing is, and I was trying to tell people at work, they blame me because the Packers lost. Don't blame me. I'm not. I'm just look. I'm going off of data, facts. Okay. The Bucks' home record is 5-3. That's my key thing. See, I take the home field record as well as the away record, and I start computing these different numbers. So away, they're 6-2. But guess what? The Chiefs' home record is 6-2, and away game is 8-0. I think I would want to play away because I have a better record of winning on the road. That's hint number one, okay? Now, the last time these two teams met each other was in week 12. There was 2 interceptions by both teams as well as a sack. So, who won that last game? I believe it was the Chiefs by 3 on their home turf. But again, regular season don't count. This is a whole different level you playing at now. You ain't playing on the same level that you are in the regular season, even though these are regular season numbers. But I found out they really are not that far off from each other from the postseason as the regular season. That's the reason why I got the regular season numbers up here. So let's look at this. Rushing yards. Chiefs average 113 yards per rush. Per game, I should say. They average 98 yards per game. Receiving yards, 324 per game. 303 receiving yards per game. So let's look at this. They're going to run 25 times. Bucks 23 times. The completion rate to completion is going to be 27 times, 26 times. Do you see how close their numbers are? The rushing yards, they are almost 16. They're 16 yards ahead of the Bucks. Receiving yards, they're 21 yards ahead of the Bucks. But completion and receiving, they're so close together. So, 25 and 23, they only got 2 up on them. 27, 25, they only got 2 up. So they're so close right there. But now look at the completion rate though. So out of 404, and it took a lot of calculations for me to figure this out. Rushing right on the Chiefs is 42%. Rushing down the middle is 20%. Rushing to the left is 37%. Passing right is 63.8%. Passing down the middle is 72.1%. Passing to the left is 65.9%. So on the Bucs side, that's why I was telling you, it's 34.7%. But rushing down the middle is about 36.9%. Rushing to the left is 28.4%. But you can see right here, we'll get into that. That's their weak spot. Okay. Passing to the right is 63%. Passing down the middle is 68%. And passing to the left is 62.3%. So, the longest field goal, I'm going to always give it to the home team. Okay? Because as a kicker, you're supposed to know the ins and out of your field goal. So if the wind blow to the left, strong wind come in from the north or the south, you should be able to scoot a little bit to the left or right on that hashtag and be able to kick it and make it. So in the previous game that they played against each other, the Chiefs' longest was 26 yards. Their longest was 26 yards here and 29 against the Bucks, right? But his longest was 48 yards. Like I said, I'm gonna give it to him. His overall average is about 37 yards is his longest. Over here, 36.6, and this is at home. Away, he's only 29.6. That's why I said the home field advantage should win the kickoff, the longest field goal. Now, let's see how the Chiefs can beat the Bucks. And I have this on the wrong one, but that's okay. We're gonna flip it. So, now, as you can see, they are good in running. They're averaging 4.4 to the right, 4 down the middle, and 5.67, which is their strongest side, is this left side. But they also are passing to the right, 13.84, down the middle, 12.98. And if you remember, I told you 72% right here. So, again, look at the sacks. I'm worried about this second quarter. You're holding on to the ball too long. You're trying to make something happen. And I know what it is. You get off to a slow start. All your points, for whatever reason, come in the second quarter. Y'all got to get off to a strong start. Remember, this is the big dance. You can't play the same way you played them in week 12. You got to get off to a fast start and try not to turn over any turnovers. 9 sacks right here. Again, that's come out to be 1.56 per game. 0.75 interceptions and 0.875 for fumbles. So we got to clean this up. But if I was you, let's see if you can go down the right in the middle on their defense. So right now, right here, they average 2.99 to the left rusher. That means if you're going to get them, you're going to attack them right here. This is where they're weak at. They give up 4.45 rushing right. But look at what they give up going passing down the middle and passing to the left. So you should be able to run passing down to the middle all day long on them. They give up a lot, especially in the beginning. So if you can get off to that slow start and pass down the middle and to the left, you should be able to get that and get into the end zone. Look at this. He has they are coming after you. Look at this second quarter sacks, 15. And look at the fourth quarter, 23. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you were sacked in the second and the fourth quarter. They averaging 3.18 sacks per game. So they're coming after you. Interceptions, 1.18 per game. And they get it from the third and in the fourth quarter. Look at the fumbles. They averaging 1 per game. If they're going to get the fumble, it'll be in the second and the fourth quarter. And I do believe it comes when they sack the quarterback. So, again, You gotta y'all gotta get off to a fast start, and you need to know who to go to, because they're coming after you, and they're coming after you with everything in the kitchen sink. So let's look at how the Bucks can beat the Chiefs and come out as winners. Okay, so the Bucks, they averaging 4.6 rushing right, 4.39 rushing down the middle, and 3.48 with down the left. This is their weak side. But passing to the right, 12.5. Passing to the middle, 13.36. And passing to the left, 10.18. They're also, look at this, the third and fourth quarter sacks. Can't take them sacks. 1.62 is what you average per game. Same thing with interceptions right here. And in the last game you played, you threw 3 interceptions in this second quarter. The second half, I should say. So you're averaging .81. You cannot give up these interceptions to a team like this. Again, fumbles. You're averaging .75. If you give up these interceptions, the Packers may not have known what to do with it. But I definitely guarantee you the Chiefs will know what to do with it. Because they averaging 5.12 they give up on the right. You're not getting anything down the middle, 3.9, but to the left, 4.37. They also have a lot of yards they give up rushing left, right, and middle, but they give up more in the middle at 11.59 and 11.83 passing to the left. Now sacks, here they go, right here. 13 in the second half and 9 in the third quarter. So they're averaging 2 sacks per game. Interceptions, 1 per game. Fumbles, 0.6. And they're going to get it because they did the last time on y'all on the Bucks. So the Bucks want to do anything, again, you got 2 quarterbacks that are gunslinging quarterbacks. You got to know when to run the ball. You got to know when to pass and when to run the ball. If it's just to get the first down so that the clock keeps running, then I see where you're going to pass at. Pass down the middle. That's going to get it every time. After that, you're going to have to run. If you're going to run to the right on them. They give up more yards on the right, but the clock keeps running. So, I can't tell you enough. Like with the last game I saw. You're first and goal from the 9-yard line. And I'm going to tell you this, what I tell my kids. We can't see what you see out there on the field. So yes, we're telling you to pass the ball, but if you got a wide open and your mans are covered because they're playing a zone or man to man, whatever they're playing, tuck the ball in and run. You're picking up 5-10 yards right there in front of you. You could have been in the end zone twice. No, you settle for field goals. Look, I blame the coach and I blame the quarterback. They equally are to blame on those 2 plays. You were first and goal at the 9 and first and goal at the 6. You could have pulled the ball down and ran it in. Because wasn't nobody near you. If anybody was going to run after you, they would have been running from the side or behind you. But nobody clearly was in front of you. You could have just went on in for the touchdown. And then you want more money. Hell no. So the Bucks and the Chiefs, stop being gunslinging quarterbacks. Run when you need to run the ball. And good luck in the big dance. But I will have to say this. I don't see the Bucks pulling this out. This is going to be a very, very close game like it was before. Because I do believe that you are going to throw these 2 interceptions, and they're going to capitalize on the interceptions. I just need them to run the ball and utilize the clock to their advantage, and they will win by 6. So I got the Chiefs by 6. And with that being said, peace out.